brought to you by Fallen Dominion Studios. Check out their website at fallendominionstudios.com. Folks, welcome back to the Dice Odyssey. I'm Kaz, and today we're going to be putting on our captain's hat, pretending we're Russell Crowe in the Master and Commander movie, taking command of our own ship, or ships, as it would be, against a battleship in the middle of the board. It could be sloops, schooners, could be frigates, whatever, and we're going to be ship-to-ship battling as we go, cooperating around the table with 2 to 4 players. Takes about 30 to 90 minutes. In the game, clear the decks. Anyway, this game is going to be going up on Kickstarter soon. It's a pre-production copy. Let me go ahead and just show you a little bit of how it plays, and keep in mind everything's pre-production, so maybe some things will be subject to change, and I'm going to get back to my final thoughts about it. Here we go. All right, I'm going to give you a general quick overview on how to play the game. Remember, everything's going to be prototype form, so everything is subject to change, okay? All right, so let's start with the ship. If you notice, the ship tiles are modular. See? That's a ship on its own with the 2 card deck spaces, okay? You can make any number of different types of ships that are actually found in the rule book, anything you want to fight according to difficulty and all of that. There are several different types of cards in the game. You got light, medium, and heavy cannons. You've also got ship structure cards, okay? Like, for example, main course sail, bulwark. Bulwarks are terrible because if you allow this to stay alive during your turn, they're going to hit you with stacking the deck more, which means it's harder to win, okay? You've got lookouts, you've got crew cards. Okay, and these can be anything from lookouts that stop you from using officers and things like that to repair crews and so on and so forth. So they make the ship stronger usually. You got borders. You get a couple of border attacks and tokens on one cannon. You get a few of those. You can't use that cannon until you get rid of the borders. Okay, and Marines are good for that. You also have ship event cards. The minute the ship event cards are pulled, you have to deal with the results immediately. Okay, so that's in general what you're going to find in the ship card decks and such. Let's go ahead and show you how it looks. Now, the main objective of the game is destroy each of the different card stacks down to the hull. Once each hull is destroyed, it doesn't matter if it shows the ship's leaking. As long as all the hull cards are destroyed, you win the game as a group. Now, if you look, this is what I mean by hull cards, okay? They still flip over. They still have some actions that can be taken, and you still have to destroy them. But underneath that is going to be the leak card, okay? And they're basically going to be underneath the card stacks. Like so. Now, just give you an idea of what the setup area might look like. I've got it set up for a 2-player game. Each player is going to get 6 cards to start. You have a hand limit of 8, and every time you end your turn, you're always going to draw 2. And if you have more than that, more than 8, you're going to have to discard something down to 8. Also, you're going to get 3 cannons. You're going to have an 18, 24, and a 36. You've got a crew draw deck. That's going to be those blue cards I was telling you about. You've got a borders card draw deck, which basically it can be upright because they're all the same. Face up, You're going to have a ship card draw deck, and you're going to have a player draw deck that gets you more cards. Each player is also going to give them an attack priority card from cannon to borders to help them understand what's going to take attacks from the enemy. And also a turn action order card, which tells them in order what all these symbols mean in order and exactly how the player turn acts in order, okay? Which is really nice. There are many different types of player cards. These are the ones you would use as tactics, fortune cards, ammunition, things like that. But on your turn, you get to play some of these. So, for example, you can play a fortune card. It's like an event. It takes place, usually helps y'all out. You have officer cards, and these just give you extra strength during battle. You have ammunition like grape shot. Certain kinds of cards are going to take different kinds of ammunition to take them down. You got chain shot, for example, like ship structures take chain shot a lot. Some crew do. Sails and masts and things. Let me just jump here into this. You've got round shot. That's probably your most typical style of ammunition you can use. It takes almost anything down, but not always. And then you have double round. This can go for any kind of ammunition. This literally allows you to use it on one cannon, or you can use one card on 2 cannons, which is very nice. Okay, so you could literally go, I'm using 24 and 36. I'm using that one card. Normally you'd have to get 1 ammo for 1 ammo, so that's a nice card to have. And there are even some basic tactic cards that allow you to fire on your friend's turn as well to help them out. It's like a dual attack. So just to give you an idea on your turn of how to take down different enemy cards, each enemy card is going to have the type of cannon that you can use from 18 to 36, okay? And it also tells you the different kinds of shots you can use. For example, the 18, it says if you have your 18 gun ready, you can use a chain shot or a round shot on this, or the 24, chain shot or round shot, or if you have the 36 pounder, only chain shot, right? So you're going to have to figure out as you go into it what kind of ammunition you're going to need to take down different cards on the ship, okay? Now, if you look here, this is basically the consequences right here of what happens if you do destroy it. Remove the next card if it is crew. So if we'll say we destroyed this card, if the next card was crew, which it's not, it's another bulwark, then this card will be removed from the game, but as it is not, you would just destroy this one. And also this, the double sabers, is the counter attack right there. So if I do not destroy this, when the ship retaliates against me off my turn, you add a top card of crew deck underneath bulwark. Bulwark always fills the deck up more. And just to give you an idea on this crew card, this one says nearest enemy cannon does not counterattack. That's what happens if you destroy it, okay? So let's say we destroyed this crew card, all right? We targeted it, fired on it, destroyed it, it's gone. When the ship counterattacks, the nearby cannon, it says nearest enemy cannon does not counterattack. So in that case, you would stick a weapon disable token on it, and that means it's disabled. It cannot attack you on this turn. Now you take it off for the next turn, but that's in general how it plays. Let me go ahead and show you, just kind of give you an idea of what you can do on this round. So for example, 18, 24, 36, this card can be taken down by any one of my cannons as long as I have the right ammo. So I've got chain shot, I got grape shot, double round, all this other stuff. So what I could do on my turn to start, I could select an officer and use this person as something that actually helps me in battle. And then I can take a tactic card, for example, a double charge. This is a very powerful card. You can remove an extra card below targeted card on enemy ship, meaning it's a 2-for-1. You destroy one card on top, it takes out the one underneath it. So I can add that and say, I'm going to take my 18 pounder against this gunner's mate. It needs chain shot or grape shot. I'm going to stick that next to my cannon, saying that's what I'm going to use. And then I'm going to take a chain shot, which I've got, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm targeting that, all right? So I target that. Why am I doing that? Because if I target this, the nearest enemy cannon doesn't fire. That's awesome. It's like a 2-for-1 on that as well. So I'm going to take this chain shot, say, okay, this cannon has now fired. That's destroyed, okay? And it kills the card underneath it because I use that double charge, I'm sorry. And then now, this enemy cannon cannot fire, okay? So that could be one way you actually fire, but let's pretend for a second that I didn't stop this thing here, okay? Let's pretend that I fired on the bulwark instead, and I said, all right, I'm going to shoot the bulwark with whatever it's requiring. And I take that thing out, and the card underneath it, okay? Well, let's pretend I didn't shoot anything else over here. And now I'm going to be looking at the enemy's counterattack, and the counterattack would go in order as how this card shows it. So, for example, for ready cannons, whatever cannon's going to shoot back, it's going to hit my 36 pounder here, right? So you take a damage token, you're going to put it on a 36 pounder. That takes 3 hits, it's out of the game. So remember, on your turn, you're going to go ahead and have your ready cannons, because if you've already fired a cannon from a previous turn, it's busy reloading on this turn, okay? And when this new turn is over, it's going to flip back over to ready, while the other ones that you may have used flip over to being use this turn, right? So there's going to be turns in between cannons are just not ready to go. Another action you can do on your turn is have somebody trade you a card you might need. So for example, if you're running out of ammo or you need a battle tactic to take something down, like for example, the second player could trade with the first player. Hey, I need that ammo. Do you mind trading? Yes, take it. And then now you can use that on your cannons to fire, okay? Remaining ship cards counterattack, and once you're done with that and resolve that, you flip the next cards over. You flip the next cards over for the next player, okay? And then at the end of your turn, you go ahead and draw 2 player cards. See what we received. We got a fortune card, for example, and more grape shot ammunition. And in general, that's going to be how you play over and over and over, player after player after player, shooting, returning fire, counterattacking, this, that, and the other. If you destroy all the hull cards on any ship that you attack, you win. If the enemy ship destroys all of the cannon in the game for each player, the enemy wins. And that's how you play Clear the Decks. Let's get back to my final thoughts. I absolutely really enjoyed this game, okay? Number one, the theme, okay? I absolutely love, if you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean, if you've watched Master and Commander or any of those, those Age of Sail style movies, then you'll probably get into this theme if you really like that theme, okay? And the theme plays off well. I can't get really heavy into production quality, but I can give you an idea of what I think about the components. I like the idea that this ship, the enemy ship in the middle, is modularly designed, so you can go into the rule book and figure out what ship you want to face, what difficulty you want to set, because you can have several stacks of cards, you can only have a couple of stacks of cards, and then that's going to determine how easy it is to take that ship down. You can also determine the types of cannons that are going to go into it, and so, and you know, not just cannons, but everything else. And so in that respect, I like that idea because no two games are ever going to be the same. When it comes to mechanics, I like the idea, let's just be straight up. It comes down to it, this is a straight up card game, okay? But it's a strategic, it's strategy, but it's also a very tactical card game because you are reacting to what's coming out of those decks on the ship as you attack them. And I like that idea that once you're attacking, you're actually removing cards from the deck to get down to that hull line on different parts of the ship. And I like that, for me, that thematic tie to where you're trying to destroy the hull to get down to the leak card where parts of the ship are leaking. I thought that was really cool. And I also like the idea that once you get down to certain cards near to the bottom when it comes to hull or leak cards, it's almost like in some respects, the ship starts really trying to fight back even harder at times by throwing borders at you and stuff like that to take over your cannons at the table. And I really, really had a fun time with it. And everybody at the table that we played with had a fun time with it. What did I think about the game in terms of scaling? I thought the game scaled very well from 2 to 4. Now, do I like it with higher player counts than 2? I do, but 2 works very well. It's got some really good punchy decisions, tactical decisions, card sharing. This game's awesome. Let me go and hit some things I really liked about the game. I loved the cooperation in the game, okay? Because you really are involved on everybody's turn because you're all in order trying to take this one ship down. No matter how big it is, you're all trying to figure it out. And I liked having those little target reticules in a way that show which type of pounder cannon you're gonna use to take down different parts of the ship. And I like that because, you know, for example, if I put one down, I'll be like, okay, look, man, I have this card that allows me to attack on your turn. I'll take this one down while you go ahead and use your other 2 cannons over here. I've got 1 cannon ready. You use your other 2 cannons, take these other things down, and we can wipe the board and not take any attacks this round. Can it get into a little bit of alpha player stuff? Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, it kind of makes you feel like you're on a ship at that point, giving orders and also receiving orders from other people and also strategizing with, you know, different people at the table on how best to take the ship down, because what you're doing is you're reacting to all the cards that are coming out, right? Is this ship got to have a bulwark that if we don't take that bulwark out, man, it's going to keep on stacking cards underneath it, which takes that much longer to defeat the ship. But oh no, we've got these heavy cannons over here, or light or whatever, that are going to fire at us, and oh my goodness, if my cannon takes one more shot, it's destroyed, it's out of the game. And nearly every turn in the game is intense, you know, even if you've got several people at the table playing with you, right? And so I like that because, again, everybody is involved in everybody's turn. The downtime is minimal only because the turns typically take that much time. They go quick normally, unless you take a little bit of time to try to figure out, you know, oh, well, maybe this will work as a better strategy or a tactical decision or what have you. Now, there are some times where you will run into situations where you run out of ammo and you didn't think ahead enough to maybe plan better. Now, sometimes you can't really do that, but some of the tactics card in there help you to draw more cards out of the deck, or, you know, just give you more options. So I like the idea that even if you weren't firing with a cannon, you could use some tactics cards to take out certain things or help somebody else at the table. Again, the cooperation in this is pretty high. There were many instances where I was saying, hey guys, if you'll do this, I'll fire on this, but I'm gonna need some more ammo. If you've got extra, please pass some to me. I also like the idea that each of the cards were only damaged with certain kinds of shot shot and certain kinds of weaponry. I mean, there's sometimes where I couldn't shoot certain cards because an 18-pounder wouldn't do anything to it, right? I have to use a 36, but oh darn it, I used my 36 already the last round or the last turn, and now I'm reloading. That was actually kind of cool to me because it forced that cooperation with other players. I'd be like, oh, my cannon's still reloading on my turn, and I don't have that card that gives me like a faster reload. Can you please take this out next turn? I'm gonna get a hit, but we gotta get this guy out of the way. Somebody at the table had mentioned that they wish that this ship had been a little bigger, right? Because yeah, the cards kind of, once you're getting going, the cards tend to slightly look a little messy on there. You have to keep kind of, you know, organizing them, fixing them back up. I could see his point, but it didn't bother me as much, but that was something that I thought would have been kind of cool too. I see what they're saying. That's not a big deal. That's just a personal thing. The enemy ship, when it counterattacks you, it would have like combos, like, you know, one card over here might help another card on another part of the ship. This one really, the combos sometimes would really be devastating to all of us at the table, right? It would remove cards from us, destroy our cannons. So yeah, the difficulty was quite good. I do like it at higher difficulties than I do at lower, but even on the lower difficulty, sometimes you would just get waylaid a little bit at times, and you'd be like, okay, I don't know what to do. But there was always some good decisions to be made because of the nature of having not only kind of shot that you need, like the chain shot, grape shot, which is like a shotgun, and round shot, but also having those tactics cards like double charge. Man, I'm gonna just hammer this sucker home and I'm gonna knock 2 cards out. So yeah, great game. Go check it out on Kickstarter. It's gonna be launching very soon, and when it launches, we should have a link down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share the video. And also, we're doing a giveaway here soon. And you know, once we hit a 500 subscriber count, we're gonna you know, go ahead and start getting ready to start doing a giveaway. So please come on in and be a part of the family. We got a growing channel. We would love to have you on. Tell me, what's your favorite ship-to-ship battle game out there besides Battleship? Now, if it is, that's cool. You know, go for it. But anyway, thank you so much. You have a blessed day, and game away.